It's Doc and Skip, and this is the post-show video.
Exasperated, Doc.
Yes, and it's your fault.
How was it my fault?
Okay, I'm gonna admit, it was a rough day. I'm pretty angry. It should have been a good day. It started off with a bunch of things in the news that ticked me off, and as if that wasn't enough, I get Lacombe putting me over the edge with a bunch of crap that he brought up.
I'd like to point out that I also brought you bacon this morning.
That did balance it out a little bit, so. Okay, here it is. Even if you're pro-abortion, you're not responsible enough to get the abortion within 20 weeks. How lazy and irresponsible are you?
Well, Doc, it also costs $500.
Okay, well, there it is. No, because unfortunately my tax dollars are going to pay for it.
And if your tax dollars weren't going for it, they'd be $1,000.
As if that nonsense wasn't enough. Then I see that trade deal that we've been hearing so much about, but we haven't been actually really hearing anything about. I thought I was an idiot. I keep looking for information. I'm going, how come I can't understand what's actually in the trade deal? Do you know why that is? Because they haven't told us what's in the trade deal.
Even for a senator to be able to read this bill, they have to go in cloak and dagger behind closed locks, doors, security, retina scans, and then even after that, they can't tell us anything about it. We know nothing about what's happening with this bill.
It's a trade deal. Why is that a secret? Unless there's something you don't want me and Skip and you, the public, to know. So right now, if a minority walked into this room with just the two of us, that's microaggression. You're being microaggressive, and it has nothing to do with your short stature.
I'm so tired of this BS with microaggression.
A new study from the University of Illinois says that if a minority walks into a room full of white people...
It sounds like the setup to a bad joke.
It is a bad joke. They say it's microaggression.
You know what we used to call microaggression?
What's that?
Paranoia. From the audio file, probably my favorite clip I have ever played on this show.
Yeah, this is the one that took my anger and just put it into the stratosphere.
Eckerd College in St. Petersburg has a new plan for graduation. Pet graduations.
I hate what American culture has become.
What, you don't think that if a dog works hard for 4 years and studies, they should be able to graduate?
No, I don't.
But dude, that's 28 years in dog years. Also, with the slip of the tongue, Jeb Bush is officially in the 2016 presidential election.
If he decides to run.
If he does, that's correct.
I mean, he's running for president in 2016. If he decides to run.
Yeah.
Fortunately, with the help of Skip's honey sesame bacon, I calmed down just enough to hear from our chancellor of the hashtag Better Yourself Challenge. Laverne joined us and laid out stories of a lot of people doing well. Thinking a good challenge might be to not treat your co-hosts like a jackass, to not try to get them to be angry, something like that.
Is that your next Better Yourself challenge?
It'll be yours today.
3 words. Honey, sesame, bacon.
Police line still up. A twisted mass of metal and flesh, body still warm from the Amtrak 188 derailment, and the progressives started calling for more money for Amtrak. While they were still pulling the bodies out, we need more money for Amtrak. Have you no shame?
Never let a tragedy go to waste, Doc.
They're in the middle of the investigation still. How about you get some facts first before you call for more money for Amtrak?
The only fact here is that the only sure way to avoid future Amtrak accidents, we got to eliminate Amtrak.
It's just too dangerous. This Amtrak disaster has proven that passenger rail service is just too dangerous.
I mean, if we could save just one life, isn't it worth it?
On the program today, I also laid out a bunch of facts about Amtrak that you probably don't know, but you need them. So when your nutty friends get together and go, Amtrak is great, you can, boom, hit them in the face with the facts.
And to close out the show, we had world-renowned Amtrak shill Mike Opelka on.
Apparently, our stunt brain, Mike Opelka, has done extensive research on insane asylums.
Dude, he really doesn't like talking about it, though.
Apparently, Mike Opelka has also done extensive research on getting drunk on Amtrak.
Dude, he really doesn't like talking about it, though. Plus, Mike mentioned some other stories that are hot on the blaze. I don't know. I wasn't listening. On the Twitter, he's at Doc Thompson Show. I'm at Skip Lacombe. You can hear our full show by clicking the link in the description, and please subscribe to our channel as well.